put the didgeridoo down and pick up the knife, because this isn't a didgeridoo episode of Howling Dingle, it's going to be a knife review, okay? And I have to say I've got a really good knife to show you guys. This is a custom made knife by a chap called Kari Kuitunen, okay? He's from Finland. He makes predominantly Nordic or Scandinavian style blades, okay? Let me put the sheath down for a second and I'll give you a little shakedown of the knife, okay? So obviously the handle's predominantly curly birch, and anybody who knows anything about Scandinavian knives will know that that's a complete classic. Here we have a modern material, looks a little bit buffalo horn, but it's a type of modern resin, okay? And we have some nice shaping to the handle here. Obviously it's quite a small handle, you know, it's quite fine work, and the shaping here is just really nice, and just again the way that it fits in the hand. Excuse my hands, they're a little bit dirty, I've just been doing some work with them. So, you know, works well in the reverse grip as well. So beautifully shaped handle, beautiful materials, you know, and the quality is there. But let's have a look at the blade as well. So the blade, he didn't make the blade. He bought the blade separately and made the handle and the sheath, and that's very much in the Nordic style as well. Traditionally in Sweden and Finland, the people would go to the local blacksmith and buy a blade and put a handle on themselves. That's just how traditionally a lot of Nordic knives were made. We just have a look at the sheath for a second. Okay, now one of the things that I really love about this knife is just the way that the sheath and the knife totally marry together, right? Alright, there's a real union there between the two things, okay? They're in kind of what's the word, harmony, alright? And it, you know, obviously from a functional point of view, right, it's not going to drop out and it protects the user. So from a functional point of view, it's a success. But also, just from a pure aesthetic point of view, it's a real success. So if you see here, we have the black here. This is reflected in the sheath, alright? And then you see where we have the curve in the handle. Okay, again, this is mirrored in the sheath, alright? So that's really nice, you know, really nice little touches that you look for. With the sheath, we have the stitching at the side here, as more traditionally would be up the middle. And generally you would say that about this knife. I mean, it is a podco, but it has like a slightly more modernized version, okay? You know, it has a slightly more modern twist to it, okay? But that being said, it's still very much in the Scandinavian tradition. Anyway, so stainless steel. Obviously stainless steel has its place, you know, when you're canoeing, fishing, working near water. Stainless steel blade is good to have. Obviously you miss out on the ease of sharpening, but I mean this does take an edge really well. One thing I just want to mention really quickly is if you do see the knife, we look up closely, you can see scratches and marks and stuff like this. I've been using this knife quite a lot for the past few months now, so any sort of blemishes or imperfections, that's just wear and tear by being used in the field. And with knife reviews and gear reviews, I really want to use the knife and get to know it and then do the review. Anyway, I strongly, if you want to track down Kari's work, have a look on Facebook. He's a little bit hard to find, but type in his name on Facebook and you'll probably find some of his work in some of the knife groups. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Howling Dingle.